Hey guys, thanks for showing up today for another video. In this particular video, we're going to be covering angles, which are vital in an engagement, especially in our entry to achieve. So I'm going to be covering these angles with you coming up next, so stick around. Hey everybody, thanks for showing up again today for another video. In this particular video, we're going to be covering understanding the concept of angles and why that's so important in an actual self-defense situation or an engagement. Bob here is going to be my active participant or inactive participant. I'm going to be covering the angles and entry on what I'm trying to achieve in reference to Bob. So if Bob is at my 12 o'clock, if I'm here facing Bob and he's at my 12 o'clock, then I don't want to go straight in, because if I'm going straight in, I'm going right into his line of fire and all his weapons. And I certainly don't want to go straight back if I'm retreating, because again, I'm retreating straight back. I don't know what's behind me. Potentially I'm going to trip and fall, and this also causes their animalistic instinct to kick in. If they already have the mentality of attacking and rushing, the second you start moving away, they're coming at you. So we're thinking of this, in this particular video, we're covering angles from the front going forward aggressive. So the mentality of KRAV MAGA is I'm always trying to go forward aggressive. So I may come into this engagement from a passive position because they had come in initially aggressively and I was already at a low rested heart rate from a passive position, and now I need to escalate and go to a very dominant position very quickly to achieve the best results in this engagement. So I need to flip those wheels and go from a very passive, relaxed mentality to a very aggressive mentality very quickly. So coming into an engagement, that person is at a very high level. They've already amped themselves up. Their adrenaline's going, their heart rate's going, and you not knowing this is about to happen, if it came unannounced, your heart rate's low. Okay, so you have a low heart rate here, a resting heart rate, theirs is way up here. I need to bring myself at least to that level as quickly as I possibly can to be effective in this engagement. But preferably what I want to do, instead of going from here to here, I want to go from here to here. So I want to take myself from a low level to a very high level very quickly and dominate this fight. So I'm taking the offensive position in this fight instead of the defensive position in this fight as well. So psychologically, this is going to be to my advantage as well, because I'm not going to anticipate this, which is going to kind of set them back a little bit and make them rethink whether or not they really want to push forward with this or not. So this is a mental strategy as well as a physical strategy. So I am working angles. Anytime I'm going in, I don't go straight in, I don't go straight back. So I'm either going to, in reference to Bob, I'm either going to his if this is 12 o'clock, his 11 o'clock, which is here, or his 10 o'clock, or his 9 o'clock. Or I'm going to his 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, or 3 o'clock. So in reference to Bob, we've got 9 o'clock, which is out here, 10 o'clock, which is here, 11 o'clock, which is here. Then we have 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and I'm going to describe exactly what we're doing in each one of those positions and what weapons we're utilizing as well. So in facing Bob right now and advancing in, if I advance into 11 o'clock, I'm advancing in here, delivering some kind of a close range strike at this point. So it could be a headbutt, it could be an elbow, it could be a knee, but I'm in close and personal. So when this originally starts, my toes are in line with his toes here, but as I come into 11 o'clock, my foot over here is on his center line, like on his groin line, and my other foot is offline, so it's offline. So if you think of this as a train track, and we're both on that train track on the collision course, I'm coming half off. Okay, I'm coming half off that train track, but I'm putting myself in a position just to the left of Bob here, which puts me in a 11 o'clock position. This is not necessarily the position I'm trying to achieve, because this is putting me in a potential to be grabbed. If I've trained close quarter combat, if this is my particular situation calls for close quarter combat, takedowns, so forth, then that's where I'm going. But typically in KRAV MAGA, we're trying to teach you to stay to 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock or to 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock. So if I'm going into 10 o'clock from right here and I'm trying to achieve position, I'm going to slide me this direction off line, 10 o'clock of bob now, okay? And I'm in a position for a medium range weapon like a punch. And I'm coming completely off that track. So the train track we talked about here, we're on a collision course, I'm bringing both feet completely off that track. And as I come in, my body's starting to turn towards the target being the face, I should be squared up with that target. So I'm not facing this direction, punching like this right here. There's no power in my punch. I'm actually facing my target here. This is my punch on heel strike to the temple in the 10 o'clock position. And likewise, it could be the other side going to 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock. And that's going to be determined on the situation itself. If there was another person involved here to the left of Bob, then I'm probably going to go that direction there. So I move away from this other opponent and try to take one person out first, okay, which is going to put me to their either 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock position, 3 o'clock position. So the environment dictates that as well. So if there's a wall here, then naturally I'll have to go that direction there. That's going to dictate which direction I'm going to go. Typically, if I'm advancing in, I'm a right-handed striker. It's going to feel more natural to advance into the left o'clock to your left side to the 10 o'clock position, or the 11 o'clock or 9 o'clock position. So if I'm going to 9 o'clock, I'm advancing out, straight out this time. And as I'm doing that, I'm typically trying to go for some kind of a strike, like a bailout on the way out, which we talked about before, where I'm actually kind of coming out and going for a groin kick. So I'm bailing out to my 9 o'clock. There's not a whole lot I can do at 9 o'clock unless I'm utilizing my long-range weapon. So I'm using that long-range weapon at 9 o'clock, or 10 o'clock I'm using medium-range weapon, or I'm going to 11 o'clock, I'm using a close-range weapon here. So these are your 6 different angles. There's 3 angles on either side. So I've got the 9, 10, and 11 o'clock, and then I've got the 1, 2, and 3 o'clock. These are your positions you're going in a dominant position, moving forward aggressively into this attack scenario, defensive position. So hopefully you enjoyed this. You feel like this is helpful for you. These concepts ring a bell for you, and they feel like they make sense. If so, give me a thumbs up. Feel free to leave comments below. I'll try to respond to those the best I can. Please share this video with anybody that you think it might be interested or benefit from this video, and most certainly subscribe to this video. We do have other videos coming out on a regular basis, typically 1 per week, hopefully. That's our goal. And then you'll be notified as soon as a new one comes out. It'll be on your timeline showing you. But anyway, thank you for showing up today, and you have a wonderful day.